Okay, now we're going to do a little self-care in the knees directly using our massager, electromechanical knee back massager that I picked up off of Amazon for 150 bucks. There has a fair amount of tools in here. This is a rubber tip one, this is a trigger point one, flat surface, tenderizer, dual prong, fairly tough part. I like to call it the chisel. We're going to be using that, I'm sure. And this one here, although it looks really spongy, is not as spongy as it looks. This is a big muscle one. We will be using this one as well. So we're going to start off with rubber tipped one. Go ahead and set your tool in there. You may have to figure out which position. You may want it this way, you might want it twisted this way. I think I'm going to go with this way to start with. Turn our tool on. Turn it on to 2 to start with. We're just going to get right in there. It feels too bouncy. See how it's really bouncy? We're going to speed it up. A lot less bouncy. A lot less bouncy. We're going to start with our legs down, nice and straight in front of us, or relatively speaking. They don't have to be perfect. Work around that knee joint. I'm going to go ahead and expose my legs to make it a little easier to see what it is that I'm actually working around. Start with. I'm going to start full power, speed, and what I'm working on is either side of the knee joint. Okay? The IT band comes around and it wraps into this one big sheet. Just working on either side of this joint right now. Right up inside there. Get some deep massage in there. I'm going to go to this side. Use it as a slightly bent position. If it's real sore right there, you have to be cautious of it. You can see muscle pointing, or the tendon pointing, how it works, and it connects right here to the tibial plateau. You can literally get right on that tibial plateau. Beat it up some. Right up underneath your kneecap. Either side of the kneecap. Lower up the dial. I just like to get right up inside it. You can see that thing rolling. It's actually vibrating at a much faster speed than the camera is able to pick up. So when you're doing it on yourself, it may look like you're vibrating much faster than you saw me doing it in that slow motion of the thing. It's just speed that the camera is capable of picking up. The vibrations are what's helping us right here. So just because this bulkiness is in the way, just working my way up the lateral side of the lateralis, vastus lateralis, and the vastus intermedius, right in between the two, with the quadratus femoris sitting right on top. Rectus femoris. Don't get me wrong. Okay, to the medial side, same thing. Vastus medialis, vastus intermedius, rectus femoris on top. Oddly enough, the quadratus femoris is not part of the quads, but four connectors off of it. This is the quad muscles being there's 4 of them, versus that one having 4 connecting points. Quadratus. Okay. Going to the inside of this one, doesn't matter if you want to go inside, outside, you can tell right there. Got a bit of an issue going on right there, and I do have an issue in that knee. So, just gonna slowly work it out. Work it out. Oh yeah. Oh, it's Put as much pressure as you're comfortable with. Coming from underneath sometimes helps. We'll loosen it up a little bit. Right up in there, and this is, of course, the vastus medialis, medial, middle. How you guys doing out there today, huh? Have yourself a nice, fantastic day to work on your body. It always feels good to work your legs and stuff and get everything rocking and rolling before you go off and do your daily chores or daily work. And it's always nice to finish your day in the same way. Being able to make your body feel $1,000,000. Okay, now we're going to the inside of it a little bit. You can bend your leg if you want. It's more comfortable for you. Bend it completely around if you want to. Open it up that way. Oh yeah, right in that hip joint. This is where we're getting into the gluteus medius. Oddly enough, it has not the medialis, so that means it's medial on the side. In position, not medial as in center of the body. Media. Medium size. Oh, yeah, it's getting better. Now we're going to get on either side of the kneecap. Other low. Ethmoid bone. Bone afloat. Floating in a sheet of aponeurosis. Just big tendon sheet connection. So I'm coming in the lateral side, right in between the vastus lateralis and kind of in the vastus intermedius. Opening that area up. Anything on this side. Right up inside there. Right up inside there. You come all the way up against your adductors. We're going to work the hip girdle as a separate video. Back to the knee. This is just opening up the knee, for the most part. Stretch my feet and pop them a little bit. Okay, now we're getting around there. Now let's head to the back side, right? Get on in there. You'll know if you're getting too much pressure. Back off. Into the gastrocs. Ooh, that one's there. That one's got a little bit of an extra vibro, right? You feel it all the way up against the tibia. There we go. I feel it stripping them off, stripping them down. There we go. Work it out. Out of the other side. Same plane. Oh yeah, right into those gastrocs. Trying to get those gastrocs. We're thinking about them separating so that we can get to the soleus underneath. Our goal in a lot of the stuff is to separate that point with a bone, the endosteum, that's the outer covering of the bone, and the periosteum, which is the actual sheath that covers the bone, the tough connective tissue, have circulation flowing through there. Because if they're tight around each other, that's disease is going to get in there. because it's going to shut it down. There won't be circulation, things will die, and then that's how you end up with those diseases in those areas. That's the long pathology. The short pathology is usually, you know, a bit of pain, tenderness, swelling, over time a lot of shortening happens. It takes quite a while to get to that disease pathology where it's really, really bad. When it does, it's pretty much it, man. It's a lot of work to come back out of, and you have to be willing to take the time. You get to take the time, but you have to be willing to take the time to do it if you want it to work for you. So, yeah, getting back in there, opening it all up. I'll flip to this side now. For these gastrocs on this side. This gives you a chance to really get to know your body, to see things and feel how they move. Because remember, the body isn't you. The body is just an aspect that you get to wander around in and control. Actually, shut it off. And the better you know the body, the better you understand the body, the more you can do. You know, you can slough it off and say, oh, well, the doctor understands it or something else. In most cases they don't, and they can admit it too. But the reality is if you don't know the body, then you don't know how to take care of it. You know, you should understand your body. It's yours after all. If you're a highly religious person, you can think of it as, this is God. This is a God's aspect. He gave it to you. Then why are you not taking good care of it? You know? So, that should give you a pretty good knee one. Worked out quite a bit of knee issues. Feeling quite a bit more loose. Let's see. Let's check that out. Yeah, feels nice. Yep, they're rolling in good. I'm going to come flip side. Yeah, that feels nice. Flip side again. Yeah, there's a little bit right in here. You can usually find that restriction, and then you got yourself your handy dandy tool. Get right up inside of there. Oh yeah. Get right up inside there. Break it down. Break it down. Break it down. Get it to relax. Gotta get it to relax. Give it the option. Give it the reasoning. And if it's closed too much, you're gonna feel it. So sometimes you gotta get in there and open it up. Open that circulation. It's the itch you get to scratch. Just remember to move around. Try different things. Right now, this is a real important spot. And it's right on the tibia. I mean, it's literally on the bone where the muscle is feather connecting to the bone that I'm having to... It's that periosteum again I was talking about. Right there. Right in there. Yeah, good stuff. Let's take a look. Yeah, pretty nice. Very nice. Feels real good. A lot more open. I'm really, really pleased with the amount of movement in there. Feet feel good. Did that in that previous video, and did the knees in this one and a little bit of the upper leg. So a little more needs to be done always, right? Just a little bit more. Very good. Oh. Remember to clean your tools when you're done with them. Put them all away properly. Obviously, I'll go through and run a cleaner on all of that. I just use Clorox wipes right now, and they work pretty good. So you have a fantastic day out there, and take fantastic care of your bodies.